Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Big Tiger Plays Direwolf20. So, we have made a decent amount of progress off camera. We got this entire farm automated and running well, and we have made a significant more number of agricarnations. So, we now have 8. Look how fast this thing runs. This thing runs very, very quickly. We made some item ducts from thermodynamics. We made our planter, and we even ran some, um, power redstone flux ducts, which is a power cable, and the item ducts to send the seeds back to the planter. And we have made a large amount of wheat. Um, right now we're getting the seeds over here because I've turned off um, the item filter for right now. But what are we actually going to do with all this wheat? Each piece of wheat we can turn into a piece of bread. So we have stacks and stacks of bread. So we're good on food. So I want to turn this into something else. I want to turn this into a tree farm because what else are we going to do with all this food? But what can we do with a bunch of trees? We can turn trees into mana. All we need is some wood. So, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to chop down all of this farm, because we don't need it right now anymore. We've had a problem with food in the past. We're not having a problem with food. These agricarnations, as you can see, speed up the process so much. One thing I do want to point out, in the last episode we made diamond upgrades, and we do not need diamond upgrades. I made the precision sledgehammer. All we needed was the iron upgrade in order to make this harvest and plant for the whole farm. So I'm going to put, so we need to set up these filters. So we put this right here. We want this filter to take whitelist, and we want it to only take spruce wood. So we want all the spruce wood going into this chest. And our other item filter, I have to dig down here. We don't actually even need that water anymore, because we are going to have trees, not food. So instead of putting seeds in there, we want to send all of our spruce, right now we're working with spruce, we want to send all our spruce saplings into the planter. So let me cover this back up. And let's, I guess we'll just give this to the planter. It's kind of hard to get to it. So it's not going to consume these because I've consumed stacks off, so we could just store that there. We're going to throw the spruce saplings on, and it planted them. So hopefully this is now working correctly. We will see. So these agricarnations should grow them relatively quickly. You won't be able to see it in front of your eyes because trees don't grow incrementally, they grow all at once. But this shouldn't take too long, so we'll have to wait just a couple minutes. I'm not using the eucalyptus trees. I might actually try, but they are ginormous, and this thing eats them one block at a time. And we are using energy here, although we are using coal or charcoal. So, yep, there we go. We have a tree already grown. Now this should harvest it. I have shear leaves to no, so it will just break all of the leaves and all of the wood, and it should get all of the wood into this chest, and it should move all of the saplings back into the planter and replant them. So soon enough we'll see the harvester start to harvest this. It does take a little bit of time. There it goes. It's going to start eating it, and we're going to be getting more saplings, and soon enough we'll see some wood pop into here, if I've done everything correctly. So we'll see. We might want to pick a tree that has less leaves. So we don't necessarily want, you know, tons of saplings. We want more wood. So maybe something like birch, which is just, you know, one tall trunk and has a little tuft of leaves at the top instead of the spruce, might be better. But we'll see. Okay, now it's going to eat the tree trunk. And we've got our wood coming into our chest. And look, it planted another sapling. Very nice, very nice. Since we did move that water, this is all going to turn back into regular dirt instead of farmland, because it doesn't need to be farmland with trees. And you know what we're going to do with this wood? We're going to turn it into charcoal. So let's see if we can get that set up. We could move our alloy smelter out there. The alloy smelter has automatic push and pull, so it can pull from this chest and smelts it, and you know, push it back, so it just automatically turns all the wood into charcoal. We could do that. I don't know if we want to move this sag mill, but we could make a second one maybe. Let's see, how do you make a sag mill? Or no, I'm sorry, not a sag mill, alloy. Is there anything else? An Ender IO we can make. Generator, alloy smelter, sag mill. You know, just a furnace. Just need a furnace. Like a powered furnace. Probably just the spawners, buffer, tanks. Okay, we can make the alloy smelter, which is lots of iron. Do we have iron? We don't have much iron at the moment, which is unfortunate. So we might just sleep real quick. We could go mining. I think that's kind of boring though. So we're going to just move this setup outside. Grab a pickaxe. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take everything outside. But we don't necessarily need everything. And my inventory is too full. Don't need that. Don't need this. Okay, great. So we want the alloy smelter right here. We want to configure. We want it to, I guess actually let me take all of this out first. We don't want to, well, actually, we can keep all of this in, all of the wheat. No, I lied. Let's turn that into wheat flour, because we will want to make this into bread at some point. So we turn it into flour. We can then smelt that into bread, but we do need to turn this into flour first. Oops. Sorry, my inventory is so full. We've been doing quite a lot. Okay, so it's not generating wood all that fast, but once we get more and more trees going, you know, once it generates extra saplings, we'll spawn them quicker. See how we're now kind of losing the farmland, but it's still going to work in that 9x9 area. It's just going to be less distinct. And the reason I'm doing all of this is because this, having 8 agricarnations, is definitely using us a noticeable chunk of mana. So in order to keep this going, we're going to want some sort of mana generation so that this is sustainable. Okay, so we want this configure. We want to. What do we want to do? We want to pull and push, and we want this in smelting mode. So this should just spit the charcoal back out into the same. Yep, there we go. And I guess we will also put another. And then we could. I think we need to make more energy flux ducts to move energy around. So I'm just going to put this back here. Throw a couple pieces of coal in there to keep this running. It doesn't take all that much power. And then I guess we could put back down our pulverizer and our sag mill. Configure that, make sure it's not pulling from there. Yep. And we should be fine. We'll eventually probably want to make a second one of these so we can use it for our ore processing. But for the moment, and for demonstration purposes, we'll leave it here. Oh gosh, it's doing pretty quickly there. It is kind of sad that it does eat the leaves like that. But there's nothing much we can do about that. We are full of sludge. But there's nothing. We can use this sludge, but I don't think it stops its performance at all. We can make a sludge boiler, which I believe generates dirt, clay, mycelium, sand, things like that, and it uses that sludge. But we're not going to touch that for the moment. But it looks like right now, did it pull that charcoal back again? What is it making? What is it making the charcoal? Graphite. I guess we're gonna need a second. Did I make 3 graphite out of that? That's interesting. I guess we're gonna need a second. Let's configure this as just coal, and we'll make it push to the other side with a second chest. Gosh, this is very close to our base here. Okay, can we make a chest? Sure can. Go. Let's make a second chest. So we can then just push the charcoal to it. Let's go back to configure. And let's push to that. We haven't got any bread yet. We can use this graphite fill. I don't know off the top of my head. So we're going to try and let's make some more chests. Because we are continually running out of room in there. Our little base is getting too big for its own good. I guess I should put this agricarnation back. If I can get in here. There's a problem with the tree farm. sometimes get more than you asked for. So how are we doing? Okay, we have some bread. It's going to make lots and lots of bread for us right now, and eventually we will be making charcoal, which is very good. Very, very good. And we're getting spruce wood here, and we're getting all of our saplings in our planter. We have panna, we still have panna. Good to go. Very nice. Very nice. Gosh, it's a big tree. I hope this harvester can handle it. Oh wow. 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 Look at what we can do with flowers. We just put like 4 saplings down a couple seconds ago. Look how much tree we have. Do we still have power? We got a power here yet? We sure are. Let's grab. Do we not have charcoal yet? Still making this flour. Or bread, excuse me. We should have some coal in here to get this jump started. There we go. We were running quite low on power over here when I started, so. But we will have to watch and see if this is positive, because this generator is powering the harvester and the planter. So we're going to have to see if we make more charcoal than we use to power the system. I'm pretty sure we are, because it mines a couple blocks at a time, or 1 block at a time, but for each tick of a piece of charcoal, I think that we're going to have more than 1 piece of wood harvested in that time, so I think we're going to be in the positives. And it's possible that we can make furnaces run off of mana. Let's look in our Britannia. Function flora, because the exoflame. What do we need? We're gonna have summer, fire, and a couple petals. We're gonna make summer. Sand, air, earth, watermelon, and slime. Don't think we have watermelon. We might not have slime. Those are things we can find. I know where a slime island is. We have blue slime. Don't know if that'll work. But we definitely don't have watermelon. Is there a way to get watermelon seeds? Looking for a carrot. I don't think we have carrots. With the alchemy catalyst. Do we have carrots? Let's see. I think we can make the alchemy catalyst. We just need blaze rods. But I'm not even sure we have carrots. No, we don't. But that's something we can find maybe easier than a watermelon as a carrot. Is this still going? Yeah, we're making power. You have power. Is it because of the sludge? Don't think it is. But this isn't doing anything anymore. I could be wrong about the sludge. Let's see what we can do with sludge boiler. Sludge boiler. Oh, wait. Oh, it's going. Never mind. Yeah, I don't think we need to empty this with sludge. I think maybe it just takes a while. It takes longer than you think. It's possible we can get a second harvester to harvest quicker. we're just gonna have to double up on the item ducts. Which I think we actually have some extra item ducts somewhere around here. But do we have coal yet? It's such a mystery. You're burning spruce, and what are you giving me? Charcoal. Where's the charcoal? Where did you just put that charcoal? Push this chest. I don't see any charcoal. Am I going crazy, guys? Is it pushing to the back? It might be. Putting it back into the furnace here. So it's powering itself. Eventually that'll fill up because it's faster than that. But we are going to need some charcoal to be pushed back into the furnace. So I guess we'll leave it there. So as long as this has a steady supply of wood, it will power itself and put the excess charcoal into the chest next to it. And it has plenty. I'm going to take this wheat flour out. We don't necessarily need to make bread right now. We are automatically pulling it as soon as it comes in. It's going to be making tons of charcoal for us. This is not the normal setup I do with charcoal production. In the past I've used just Botania to do it, but since we set up our farm in the same manner, I thought it would be a good idea for us to do it this way. So we are going to need more mana here eventually, and it's possible we want to speed this up eventually, but as you can see, we have charcoal production. Pretty nice charcoal production. Yep, we already have more in the excess. So we're eventually going to want to take that charcoal and move it into this chest. We'll probably do that somewhat automatically. We would like to make at least another full mana pull here so that we can get to the next step in Botania, which is the Elven Portal. And in order to make the Elven Portal, we are going to, and why we're making the Elven Portal is we get knowledge from the elves, and we can trade resources with the elves. You can't actually go to the land of the elves, but you can trade with them and trade knowledge. So we get more recipes and more resources for Botania. But in order to do that, we need to make Terra Steel. And Terra Steel requires lots of mana. So we're going to use this in order to fund our Terra Steel so that we can get into the next stage of Botania, which is Alphamancy. I'll show you a quick look of it. Alphamancy, making the portal. So we need Terra Steel and Living Wood. We're going to need Terra Steel mana pylons, and this is how you make the portal. Like that, like that. So that's the full end portal. And we will be able to trade knowledge and resources with the elves. Goodness, getting attacked from all angles here. Sorry, guys. I'd rather not sleep at the moment. I certainly hope it's going to be able to eat the wood all the way up there. We'll see. Not positive that it will. We will see that. It might have a range. We're kind of growing trees quicker than we can harvest them, which is kind of nice. That just tells you how powerful those agricarnations are. They're more powerful than our machines at the moment, which is very nice, and as you would expect with a flower mage such as myself. But I think this is a good time, a good place to leave the episode on. Our base is now in the shadow of large trees. And you know what these large trees are going to do? They're going to power our flowers. So, if you like what you saw, please slap the like button, and I will catch you guys in the next episode.